Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Hello everyone, how are you? How is everyone? I am deeply sorry for not being here a few past days. I've been spread it thin with my time. I've been everywhere and all around. I didn't know where my head was or wasn't. I was so spread it thin. So I'm happy finally to be here. I have a lot of plans, a lot of things I want to do, a lot of things that I'm going to try to do, and we're going to have a lot of good times. Whew. Since next week. Maybe, just maybe, tomorrow I'm going to maybe stream on Twitch, but that's maybe or maybe not. I'm trying to figure out Twitch. I'm a bit dumb. Noviel. Oh, I want him so much, so bad.
Hey, traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still. It's kinda awkward if we don't say anything.
Isn't that usually your job? Of course.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
Oh my god, the voice, the face, oh my god, the
I
eyes.
would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh!
Please do, oh my god.
So you heard all of that, did ya?
Oh my god.
You sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down. Wait, that's not it. Paimon's sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So, let's talk, but, what should we talk about?
This is give it even more awkward.
Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Oh my god.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny then?
Oh my god, look at that sitting stance.
By a second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon and this is the Traveler.
Always the goddamn same joke. Paimon is Paimon. Always. I don't know if I hate it or I love it.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tavat.
Oh, you have.
And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Mr. Linney.
Oh my god.
I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
Ah, Monsieur Novillet.
Nervillet? Could he be?
I saw you all chatting just now,
Chief.
but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is.
Chief Justice
Allow me
Novillet.
to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice.
Yes.
That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Oh.
Ooh, sorry for being so rude just now.
Oh my god, look at
Paimon
him.
had no idea you were such an important
Beautiful
person.
dragon.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
I like her too. I mean, her design and a little bit of her character, but though she's a Brit.
Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished
His
my
legs too. Oh my
preparations,
god,
and
look
the
at this.
performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Cutie patootie.
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before!
That makes us both the same, Paimon. I haven't never seen a magic show either.
Ooh! They're dimming the lights! The show must be starting! Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epicles. I am the star of today's show, Linny.
Lenny.
And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant.
Oh.
Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Meow.
Hello, everyone.
No one clips. Oh, okay.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be
She's
thinking,
like,
two
whatever.
vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh my
Good
god.
point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin.
Is it true what I've
Lynette
heard
will now
that
exit
they're
the
like
stage to make some
fatui,
preparations.
both of them,
I know
actually?
you might miss her,
That
but
they're
don't
that they
worry,
have
she'll be
delusions.
coming
That
right
they're
back on stage
quite
momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected
quite
I'm sure she'll be stealing the
together with
spotlight soon enough.
the villain that's
Oh,
being
and before I forget, there's
Harbinger.
one more thing I should say.
that she's here, that she
You never
raised
know
them.
what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear
Oh my god,
or appear. The possibilities are
cinematic.
endless. But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Huh?
Something's weird about this. But at least the Hydro Archon is satisfied. It was quite a nice show, I must admit. Oh, the trailer did kind of push it that it's going to be something abnormally scary coming.
Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
No wonder he's a famous
If we
magician.
could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which
Oh
has
my god, I love his eyes, the red and the blue and that. Oh,
Lynette reappeared. Amazing.
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough, but Lynette is still my assistant after all. In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member. Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here and one is there in the aisle among the audience.
Okay.
I'm
Interesting.
sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap. Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow, how's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number
It's
selector.
gonna be the Traveler.
It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to
Whoa.
experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible.
Even the
You
balloons,
don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meripede.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh, Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58. That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
54, 53, 52? Huh? Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is.
Oh.
Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Oh.
Alright. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something.
40, 39, 38! Mr. Linney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine, I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, mid-air right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
25, 24, 23!
Now when she disappears and never appears
Wrong,
again.
Mr. Linney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds.
19, 18,
Ah, it's all part of the show. I don't.
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's alright. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10,
Almost
Let's
there
see.
now. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? Nope, that's not it. I'll try again.
7,
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5, 4, 3,
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0.
Ta-da!
Yeah, but where is she? She's not in the other box.
What happened?
She was in the other box, but... What the hell? Wait, is gonna Lenny be drowned?
Is this part of the show? Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in...
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
Yeah, but we don't want Lenny to be...
Unfortunately, the
captured.
person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead.
Oh.
His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance, and there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
Oh my god.
The serial disappearances case?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
In front of the audience, including the Archon and the Chief Justice.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that bad? I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not?
Ah, bitch.
The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
That can't be right. How could Lenny do this? He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances.
Hard to believe all this happened during the show.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linney and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
I just think that he... Well,
she's just like the
might be a little early to
theatrical.
talk about formally pressing charges.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense.
Yeah, she
Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
fucked up.
A kidnapping and
She just
murder
wanted to
carried
make
out
a
under
show.
the cover of a magic show.
Stupid bitch.
Lady Farina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, Traveler. You'll support Lenny, won't you? After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met. Then there's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met. But with Lenny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome.
So I'm gonna beat her ass in a court fight.
So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages.
She just wants to be the most powerful, blah 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 blah. Oh my god.
Draw? She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case?
Yes,
Very
I am.
well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth. Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot Outlander can build in such a short amount of time.
Bitch, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
Literally and physically, I'm gonna beat your ass. Now I remember she boils something in me. She boils the most most hate in a person.
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Kel. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer? Good
No.
to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers.
Oh, we'll see what happened.
If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
But there is no denying what just happened. Yes, it's very strange.
Precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes! Yes! Oh my god! Yes! I saw like fan pictures of like the objection thing with Traveler, but I saw Paimon wearing these glasses and mustaches. I was praying to God that they put that in the game. Oh, did you get those glimpses?
Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
Ah, yes, I think too.
You have taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back to my normal self.
Let's see.
But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence.
Don't worry, I'll prove your
Good
innocence.
thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that. We'll be counting on you.
Yes, thank you so much.
I won't let you down.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial.
Yep.
'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it.
I believe it, Lenny, but your life's on the
But
line.
if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
All right, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case.
Detective Paimon's on the case.
Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
We are Lenny and Lynette's attorneys.
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see.
Okay.
The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
Nah.
He doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but...
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
But that's not always true. People can also be the most reliable
Sorry,
evidence. That is true.
tend to be pretty straightforward.
No, you
Just
tend to be
know I'm
pessimistic.
warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows? Maybe you'll be able to come.
Of course I will. I am the esteemed traveler. Oh wait. You can check as yet undiscovered evidence and clues, a case record, then investigate. Use the perception skill. This will advise you over the progress. Okay, interesting. Current investigation report. The investigation guidance increases the fireworks launched. Okay. The deceased's identity. The deceased is one of Lenny's assistants named Koval. His name was trusted. Okay. Okay. Wait. Do I have B? Ah no, I thought. So P. F. This is where the magic box was struck. If Cowell weren't inside the box at the moment, he might be dodged the falling water tank. F. The broken magic box was left on the scene of the garden completed. That investigation looks at it now. The water tank must be.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall.
That is true.
The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
So either Linny didn't realize this was a safety concern, or...
Why are you suddenly so serious, traveler?
I'm just looking at where the rope snapped.
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
It seems to be flammable. A type of flash cotton.
Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means... Wait! Paimon should write all this down. Let's take notes.
Yeah, take notes, Paimon. Okay, we have a rope that's been... Yes, I wanted to see this. It looks like an ordinary box, but Lenny somehow moved instantly from the stage between. How did he do it? Okay, let's see him.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too. If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, alright?
Why would I?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Okay.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound
Yeah.
that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lenny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind.
Definitely.
But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lenny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank, or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
But
Idiot.
wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Then wouldn't the water tank have started to swim a bit in that
That's
case?
true. I suppose I must reconsider.
The FUD was from the mechanism of the box.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
Okay, not yet. There are still things I want to see. Okay, that's that. Oop. See, okay, let's see what they have to say. Every detail is
Investigation
needed.
team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared.
Yeah.
Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
Maybe not him.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us too.
But the person who did the reservations did.
Bet you see why I was saying
Or selling
it'd
the
be tough
tickets.
to make a case for Linny.
Even though it's bad for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
No problem, Paimon. Write it down. That's an important thing. Whoever was selling the tickets is the perpetrator and is the one who is making it look like Linny is the culprit. Okay, let's hear him.
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Could you tell us who she is?
Sure. It's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself.
Okay.
Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show.
Okay.
The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Suspicious. Thank you for letting us know all
No
this.
need to be
Yes.
so formal.
I
Happen to see the missing girl.
sure like my face though. We'll figure this out,
It's
Watson.
of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Yes. Okay, so we have her. I have all the evidence I need. The perpetrator is the person who was selling the tickets.
Lenny's still talking to the guards. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright.
She's so laid back.
Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone...
Okay, then probably I need to talk to Lenny.
Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone...
I'm missing something. But where? What is that crucial thing that I am missing? It's not here. No. There must be something. I did examine the box. Can I talk to them? Wait, her seat! Isn't it this one? Nah. It's not that either. There's something missing. But what is it? Is it there something? No. Talked to them. I did. Wait, can I get in there? No, I can't. Then, what am I missing? Or better yet, who am I missing? I have to go talk to the same guy again? And see what he has to say? Let's see. Nah. Hum. There must be something I'm missing. No, I can't talk to them. What else could I be missing? Can I open it? Nah, it's again says the same shit it said before. Yeah, maybe yes. I didn't try at all to see this. Investigated that, but there be anything else I'm missing? Jesus Christ, what the hell? Did something glitch perhaps, or? Okay, talk with him. Wait, can I go out? Oh, I can go here.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you. Over here. I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Oh, her.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Yes, I am not.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Paimon is Paimon, this is the traveler.
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
No.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
Oh, what a nice voice.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Wait, did we finally get a French accent?
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
We finally got...
If you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rasula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
So you want to investigate as well?
That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time.
Oh,
Judging
good.
from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
He's definitely not a mastermind.
I think so too. That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Is this Phoenix right?
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she?
Yeah, because she just wants a fucking show.
But that's not uncommon for her.
Yeah.
If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Yeah, because she's a dumb bitch.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Of course, who can trust the Hydro Archon? She's a spoiled brat. Paimon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
Yeah, well, when you put it like that.
All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me.
I will
In your
hear it.
opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Of course not.
Well?
And why would that be?
Doing so makes it easy for the truth to fall by the wayside.
See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I too think that the Traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Malus. Anyway,
And not a French
I
accent.
like your answer. You
An
passed
accent,
flying
but not a
colors.
French accent.
Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
No, dude, you'll be our assistants.
Since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant, sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
Good.
That's more like it.
I think that you're missing the point, Paimon.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a
will.
friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
Well, technically, I would like to do both.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, miss? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Linny's tricks.
Well, they won't do that yet, but... Okay, we have this one. The cutie patootie, yay! I like them.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes. After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection.
Okay.
So the missing girl couldn't have left from here, at least not from that point on.
What about during the show?
Doubt there was much opportunity then either.
How can you be so sure?
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here.
Maybe the girl's still here.
Thank you for your help. This will be useful info.
I think the girl is still in the opera house, perhaps.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived.
Ah, guys, give me a second. I'm back. I'm back. I had to let guests in.
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and will be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Great.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Below stage. What shall we find below?
Below stage?
Yes,
Yes.
A world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here?
Ah, good eye. That said,
Yeah.
we're still far from discovering the answer.
The back of the door isn't the same.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
There's another box inside this one.
Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
It's an elevator. That's why we heard the...
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
And the passage linked the two boxes together.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
Interesting, interesting.
I see. So... that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Yeah.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked! Wow! Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
Can tell a lot of thought has been
Lynette
put there,
would
yeah.
briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
Yeah.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off.
Yeah, that is true.
Yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
Okay, okay. So we have the magic trick and the box. Okay. Addition inside the magic box. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to read all of this later. Okay. This should be the controlling device that the trolley is being made automatically. Okay. Hmm.
Huh. What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick.
Mm-mm.
But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it.
Oh, the rope has fallen to the ground and the metal hook has been tied to an end of a rope it's used to unclear. Why is there water here?
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Oh, Paimon knows. It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear. And here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
No.
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish.
That is true.
Couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Definitely.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right?
Okay.
Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them? Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
The high present required company. Magic sword. Okay. All kinds of props and costumes are hazardly stuffed inside. Why does this one look like Ayaka's dress? Wait. This vent looks like a vent.
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here.
Other than those that go through the magic box.
Ah, you're right. Let Paimon write that down.
Can I get into the vent?
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes. Let's head back up.
This all smells a bit fishy.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
That is true.
And then the trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the oratrice will hear statements from both sides. That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the oratrice has its own will and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. And not that this has ever happened anyway.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the oratrice as a reference.
Okay.
Then, finally, the oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neuvillette called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment. Which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Huh? What?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties.
Yeah.
Or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa, whoa! There's no need for that! Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
Now is not the time to be
case,
picky.
Let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
That is true.
Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Paimon.
Just kidding! Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here?
Understood, Demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the Demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
Oh my
I
god.
have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snacks soon enough.
These three are quite the interesting group.
I quite like them.
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the
Oh,
oven.
macarons.
Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling. From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Oh, that's not quite what Paimon meant, but okay.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks.
Yeah, that's okay.
Beating egg whites, by the way.
I like where
It's a
her
real arm
vision is.
workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack.
Yeah, that is true.
Give these a try.
As
Fresh
a
out of
cook,
the oven. There's 3 for each
I agree.
of us.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well.
Thank you.
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
Ah, very nice, very nice.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon
mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However,
Yes.
we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Yeah, in any logical sense.
Such a thing right when everyone was watching.
So apart from the twins, we're left with two other people. The missing girl.
The flower vase and the
Let's
thud
see.
we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction.
That is
Perhaps
true.
the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
There's no evidence that the third person even exits.
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person, but the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowl.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowl before making her escape?
But she had no way of knowing how the magic trick worked.
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the magic troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible cake. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet.
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest.
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
It's fine if you ate them. You. Oh,
Wait, even you don't believe Paimon?
how could you?
You.
Aww.
If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach.
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Malus, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almond.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Oh, the discussion that follows.
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
All right. Thanks for your help and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Neither Covers nor Hustler had a motive, but after having thought on it, the likelihood of third person being involved seems very low too.
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
Humpty 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 Hump. Let's see what happens. I got an achievement.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth. And those that...
Wait, everything's gone.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing.
Do have some thoughts. Let's talk things step by step.
Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navi.
Well, she's just gonna make up shit.
Best of luck to you.
She's definitely just gonna make up shit.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed.
I'm gonna
It was
pick your
to be
smug
so,
ass.
Of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, can be so easy.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session.
Okay.
Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open.
Oh, let's hear it.
Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
How could they not know about that
Yeah,
sound?
I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
That probably represent the organs states of trials.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid.
No, they're not. You're just...
Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
The House of the Hearth?
Fatui? Ah, there's
No wonder
thinking
you
something.
did something like this.
Dirty bitch.
The serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy.
You're just idiot if you think that'll happen.
I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Linny, why didn't you tell us this before?
Order!
That has nothing to do with this.
Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth.
This has nothing to do with this.
Claims true.
Magic ability to con others, given how Lenny has control identities been set up beforehand. Plus, Child is here in Fontaine, along with other house operatives that must be somehow scheme for here. I've been a victim of such schemes before, and now...
Please answer my question, Miss...
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Permission to speak, Your Honor? My client has withheld some key information. My defense cannot proceed.
In that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
Gonna beat your ass so good. You bitch. I don't like her. I don't like her. Now tell me everything.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Vatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
I believe that.
That's right.
Full heart.
I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
How can we know this isn't all just another lie?
So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but...
Where did you actually go while the trick was being performed?
Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now.
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
What did you find?
Nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
But why do you want to understand?
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But, like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I believe in the facts. I will defend you from these.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
Actually, we already have the key evidence we need. The adjournment's almost over. Let's go back.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
Voice in the Oracle comes. Only claims to have heard a mysterious voice within the chamber's house. Okay. Let's fuck that bitch up. The brief adjournment ends, and the nail-biting trial.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the event.
That took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention at this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Based on the identify loophole statement. Use the evidence clues obtained during the investigation. Shift, okay.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the Opera House, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linny red-handed. So Linny proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events, what Linny experienced, and what he saw.
Okay. So Linny entered the tunnel. The counter begin. Linny claims that he headed to the chambers containing the Oracle core upon entering the tunnel and did not witness.
According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
That's true. No one left an opera house. So that's this. The voice. Lenny claims to have heard the mysterious voice within.
Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
During the switching performance, there was an audible thud that many audience members heard. Identify the loophole.
Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal.
What? No one left. How not? This one.
Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
That's true.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time.
Yes, exactly.
Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Yes.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that! Wasn't it awesome?
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
Moreover, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed.
My reasoning?
The on-site equipment was clearly tampered with.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell him!
And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
Hmm.
Well, your denial is very strident. I'll give you that.
How you refute?
But what proof do you have
How
to
you
back your
refuted Haven initially?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
Your claim has now become my weapon. Become a critical clue. Which is the evidence that Lini wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place? Not the nearest. Tunnel. Information about the entrance and exits of the opera house, which is the evidence that Lini wasn't in the tunnel. Irrelevant. This is all irrelevant. Hasley is a missing person. She's famous painter and showing the order that takes the break from her own. She strange sound during the switching performance. There was an thud. No one left the opera house during the magic show, and after the incident happened, only those who had their identities cleared by the cancer could leave. Which one?
That's right! Linny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened,
Yes.
Linny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
Well played.
Yes,
To think you'd use such logic.
of course.
Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
The murderer was. Select a gear icon. Select answers and fill the empty gear essence. Can the investigation report incident that the fireworks released near the end of the show ignited, burned through the ropes, suspicious, and water tanks on stage. This caused the water tank to fall and kill Carl below. If Linny is no longer under suspicion, only the other members of the troupe would have been able to trample with the props. Linny gave a stage interactions. The clothes belonged to Halisi, the lady who went missing, were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown. I think
is
it's
the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along? The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility? Halsey is the missing person.
Then it's her. No, then it's him.
The deceased's name is Cowell.
Good that it gives you the opportunity.
Are you serious? The killer was, in fact,
Oh, is that so? How interesting. Let's hear your reasoning then.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim. No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well.
Okay.
The deceased's name... No one entered or left the... Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. The sound we heard may have come from a clap. No one entered or left the...
Office is incorrect. Oh.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that... Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. It would have been tough for both people.
Okay, so this one is definitely sure.
It would have been tough for both people to... The deceased's name is Cowell. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Okay, so this one is...
The sound we heard may have come from...
Okay.
The sound we heard may have come... No one entered or left the...
So, technically I can fail?
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Where in the world did Halsey go?
I see how it is.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank.
Wait, could have been the water?
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is...
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hold on a second.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence.
Yes, I did it.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. mind. If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Oh, just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound. How could a person ever be transformed into water?
I request that we examine Cowell's personal effect.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions
That's
and
not true.
misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about two completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see
You're just talking,
your
bitch.
suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are... water from the Primordial Sea.
The Primordial Sea?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results. But we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor.
Sorry, but you cannot join.
I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the Primordial Sea.
Okay, we have now that water from the Primordial Sea.
The deceased's name is Cowell. Linny's... Lynette was in the magic box on stage I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. The water from the primordial...
Okay.
The deceased's name is Cowell. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism. The deceased's name is Cowell. The rope that held the water tank. The deceased's name is Cowl. The rope that held the water tank up was... The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box. I remember there was something else within the inner... The deceased's name is Cowl.
And just this, it. Okay.
It's Ace Detective Paimon's turn!
He's detective.
In the original plan, Cowl would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowl would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person?
Yes, you have.
What a humiliation.
Yes, you have.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case.
It's gonna be child, isn't it?
And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
That can't be.
Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack. Only does this not clear, my dear citizens, my loyal
Bitch,
audience.
you put it in. No. Someone tampered with
Linny
the
did
thing.
not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent.
Okay. I'll have to leave, because I have to go, even though it's getting interesting. So tomorrow, my guys, we'll continue this. No, not tomorrow. But we'll continue this very soon, because I'm interested. See ya, and have a nice day. Enjoy, and bye!